Ladies and gentlemen, shall we head into the 9.1 PTR, the big content patch everyone's been waiting months and months for? I think we should. Let's head over, shall we, to Korthia, our brand new revamped Maw, as we take a little flight over here to see this. As suspected, Blizzard have focused the launch of 9.1's PTR on the redoing of the campaign. Moving us forward into our next assault, we are going to be following the Jailer and the Covenant's response to his aggressions, and then moving into the Maw with the Covenants in order to retaliate. And of course, we have our new raid coming where we're going to be attacking the Jailer and Sylvanas directly. That is what's going to happen. So a lot of that is what's setting the stage here. Exactly as we predicted, they are showing us immediately what they're doing with the Maw. And it's quite good. Welcome to Korthia. This is our new sort of day-to-day extra hub that you would expect to get around this kind of patch cycle, where they show us the next sort of place that you would take your alt start of all. There's catch-up systems here, and where we're going to be doing some of our day-to-day stuff. Now, there's a lot coming out with 9.1. In fact, it is 2:30 a.m. here right now. We have decided that tomorrow we'll do the big roundup of all the information that's coming out. We do know there's more conduits, there's more Covenant-specific legendaries. We know they're building in Raider.io into the game. That is coming. There's a statement out on Raider.io's website that I'll put down below. Blizzard were in contact with them, so it gets a little bit of information there. Brand new armor sets that are coming for the Covenants. All kinds of stuff is happening. So we'll wait till tomorrow, as this information is kind of being data mined as we speak right now. As I record this, every few minutes there's new information coming out about 9.1. There's a lot to cover here. So I'm going to use this video to focus on Korthia, its launch, its first impressions is exactly what I would describe this as. It's the first sort of 3 hours of 9.1 that you can expect to see. I've been playing since around 11 o'clock, but this area is very bugged. So I lost my character for a couple of hours, but I managed to get it back. I have done everything I am able to do here for now, and as you can see, that it looks to me, based on what I've seen so far, that they're going for a Throne of Thunder style, which should be relatively exciting to some of you. You can see I have this sort of meta progression bar, this fill the bar quest, which is like 5% per daily quest done in Korthia. I can show you the map here. This is the placeholder map right now. See, it's all blocky and stuff. This is not what the final map will look like at all, so don't panic. Where we have this one overarching quest. Once I finally managed to unlock this, I got like 6 or 7 daily quests, which led to me getting this 45%. And I assume over the next couple of days we'll get more, and then the zone will progress in some way, is what I expect to happen. Because right now it's kind of sparse. If we look down here, it's beautiful. Like, nothing's quite as beautiful as looking up at Torghast there in the distance. That's very cool. But it's kind of sparse. I'll talk about the graphical styling they've gone with here in a few minutes. But it is the City of Secrets. That is what Korthia is known as. First thing I want to get out of the way is there is massive, massive lore spoilers the moment 9.1 starts. So very, very likely you're going to struggle to not be exposed to them. I'm not going to reveal them here, but I'd be very wary of what you watch, or if someone puts out some weird thumbnails or you check out certain websites, they may be trying to grab you by telling you the spoilers. I know MMO Champion already has a big thread that just says massive spoilers of things that happen the moment you start 9.1. As you can expect, 9.1 begins with the immediate quest just being given to you to get you started. And this stuff I'm going to talk about now is not spoilers. I don't consider it. It's exactly what Blizzard revealed at BlizzConline. It's everything they talked about already, is that the Jailer goes on the offensive, launches invasions into the wider Shadowlands areas. We're then going to fight that back in typical style, very much similar to the video we made last week on the catch-up systems, is we cut through them like butter. I really wish they would have done something there, man. I pray every single time one of these content patches comes out that they actually make the enemy seem like a threat. They have not. What I can say, though, is it's a cool little quest. It's actually quite nice. Very graphically cool. It does feel like an invasion until you actually play it and you shred the Jailer's armies to absolute pieces without even really looking at your screen. That's a bit of a shame, but the actual events that are happening are very cool. The same can be said here. My biggest criticism, I'm going to get it out of the way now because then we can talk about good stuff. My biggest criticism here is criticism of this area so far is it is massively uninspired gameplay wise. At one point I had 3 fill the bar quests at once. Blizz, come on, man. Let's do something a little special. If you are going for Throne... When I think of Throne of Thunder, and I just said Throne of Thunder, I don't really think of the Kill 15 quests, of which there are several in Korthia already, or the Throw the Spear at the Thing, of which there are several in Korthia already. In the first 3 hours, it does it twice. I think about when I got to turn into like a Sauroch, start hopping all over the mountains, when I got to do stealth missions around ghost areas, hunting down the keys to open hidden chests, and dealing with all sorts of interesting rares to see what would happen there, or little mysteries and secrets that I didn't understand straight away, but I saw them straight away. They were always there from the beginning. There's none of that so far. What I'm expecting to happen overall is that we will have this meta progression in this area, and it will become more fleshed out, more things will open. Perhaps we will go into the City of Secrets, which is located down here. I'll show you that in a second, actually. We can go up to there. That is going to be my overall biggest criticism, is the gameplay here is really basic. There was way more stuff happening in the Legion Fall area, just to give you an example. Way more stuff. We had, rolling barrels, sneaking into libraries. We had things like that. They weren't, they're not too different, but enough to give a bit of flavor. I haven't seen anything like going down a hole and gambling, for example, to see what we can get. Little things like that really add that little bit of twist on it. This seems ultra basic so far. Could be that it's just not all here yet. So I always bear that in mind. It's just my initial criticism of the first 3 hours is you had me repeating the same quest over and over again in a different area, which was not particularly fun. Okay, so now we've got the horrible stuff out of the way. What is the point of this place? Well, we have a new reputation. They are called something edgy. The Death's Advance. Death's Advance is the reputation we have here. We have a Quartermaster over here. Now, I know this Quartermaster doesn't have all its stuff because Wowhead has already data mined several other items, including item upgrades. Right now, what we have is Exalted Amount, as you can see here. Very cool. This is the Soaring Razorwing. The Amber Shardhide, a nice little iguana bull, iguana horse, iguana hippo, something like that. And a Vault Anima Tracker, which does promote the idea that I said there. There's some good meta progressions have here. Allows you to track and locate stolen anima vessels while on assaults in the Maw. So assaults are a new part of the Maw that reward a chest with an item in. I got this chest, this 203 chest. We do know that this reputation will also allow us to upgrade various items to a higher item level, so an alternative path to Valor points for people who want to do catch up with their alts and things like that. What I will say is you probably expect the assaults, I'll have some footage over the top of me here, you probably expect the assaults to be something like Legion Invasions. The assaults that it let me do as a trainee was just take a Wing Rider to an elite that I soloed and then it brought me back, and that was my assault. Hoping for a bit more than that. I was expecting something similar to what we'd seen in the past. Did not get that experience. Just was taken literally 30 seconds away from where I was, killed a rather large but easy elite monster, and then came back. That was it. That was the end of the story. One thing that is very, very cool, though, is the Covenants are working together. As Blizzard said, the Covenants are coming together in order to defeat the Jailer, and that is very represented here. Although we do have Bolvar chilling over here, but you can see there's members of Bastion here. There are some Night Fae around. If we bob down here, we will see the representatives of the Venthir. The Accuser is here, and Maldraxxus are actually... one thing that is pretty cool about this is each of the Covenants is attacking the area in their own way. They're dealing with the attack on Korthia in their own way. So Maldraxxus is actually pushing way forward. The military might of Maldraxxus will not be stopped. And they have pushed way further in than everybody else, which is kind of cool. It's exactly what I would expect of Maldraxxus. Is like, what are you doing? Making a base camp? You fucking losers. We're going to make it up here at the front. They're like located around here. Everyone else is back here at the main camp, where the Maldraxxus is over here. One good thing about this, a very good cool thing, is they have used a lot of the characters that are definitely fan favorites from each of the leveling zones. You will bump into Tubbins and Gubbins. They're going to be doing their things. So any of the characters during each Covenants campaign that definitely got good reception reappearing here to be part of the story. So kudos to that. I want to say, give a shout out here to the wonderful character development they're doing with Venari. I often don't really care about the character development of side characters like that, but the stuff that Venari's getting up to is really cool. And they have mentioned that storyline will progress with Venari. Venari is definitely one of my favorite characters in the Shadowlands, and it's really good to see that they're doing extra stuff with Venari. The way they're passed, before I get into the actual mechanics of what they're doing here, gameplay mechanics. The setting for Korthia and why Korthia is now here and now it's accessible is Korthia is a place of legend, but it was protected by magic. So they're just using the magic card. Why? Why was it hidden and all that kind of stuff? Magic. And now we can access it because of the magic. That's it. So Korthia is the city of secrets that was protected from the Eye of the Jailer. The Eye of the Jailer did not penetrate into here. And now we found a way in. As we can see, we do have another portal to Oribos, another waystone that we managed to set up. And we also have this sneaky thing, which is how you saw me arrive, which is what Venari has set up. So Venari can have back and forth from here. And Venari is really excited that Korthia is open again. Not for anything to do with the jailer. Venari couldn't give a shit about the jailer. Couldn't care less whatsoever. Venari would really like to start stealing stuff from here, honestly, and taking stuff back. Some cool trinkets and things like that. So Venari has their own plans, which is very, very cool. I find that very enjoyable. Some other side stories that are happening here with Dreadlords, as Blizzard has mentioned. I haven't seen much of that yet, but also opening of the archives, because the City of Secrets has secrets in it. And one of our opening quest lines is to get the archives up and running, which will heavily involve us. It's quite specifically mentioned that the Mawwalker and the Mortals, they will assist in dealing with the secrets of the City of Secrets eventually. So let's have a little wander around. Let's talk about this place graphically, again, before I get into the real mechanics and minutiae of the stuff. It's quite nice. It's, like I say, it's sparse right now. It very much reminds me of Drustvar, but it's missing the paranormal and witchy elements, which was my main draw of, isn't this cool? I mean, you can't deny this. The world building that Blizzard's art team does is always fantastic. It's so good. It's a shame that's Torghast, but you know what I mean? It is awesome. We do have the trees and the wildlife like we saw in the screenshots at BlizzCon Online. But it's kind of bare bones. The whole idea with Korthia is that we now have a foothold, particularly over in the old area. I'll talk about the old area a little bit more later. But all the Covenants are there fighting their war. But as you can see, the actual name of the meta quest that we're doing here, here's the Maldraxxus, by the way. They're like so far away from everyone else. We'll actually take their transport, their Flayed Wing. That's going to bring us over to the City of Secrets itself. Is that the jailer is trying to assault Korthia for secrets. City of Secrets, City of Magic Secrets. Oh, did we bug out? This is a current problem with Korthia itself. Is certain pockets, areas, I assume it's a graphical glitch, are causing characters to completely break and bug out. Hopefully this will come back in a second. It tends not to crash, but we will see. If it doesn't come back, and I don't know what's about to happen in the next 10 seconds, so if I put some footage over the other side, then you will understand why I did that. Because my screen is frozen. It's unfortunate. It's PTR. It's fine. It's not something to stress about. It's a reported bug, but Korthia does crash in this area. We are just trying to stop the jailer from assaulting Korthia. That's what we're driving them back. We're disrupting their efforts, as the quest says. So we're just trying to stop the jailer from attacking Korthia. Not quite sure what they're after in Korthia, even if I did read all the quest text, which I certainly do not. I don't think it's really mentioned yet exactly what the jailer wants from here. Maybe it is, but I wouldn't spoil it for you anyway, so it doesn't particularly matter. That is our main purpose here. Mechanically, what are they doing? Well, they're very clear, actually. It couldn't be more blatant. Is they're turning back the ideas that they came up with for the Maw. They haven't worked. I think we can all agree. Blizzard, it doesn't matter if you agree or not. Blizzard just agrees with me that they're not particularly good. So they're getting rid of them. So the first thing that actually happens almost immediately after you arrive in Korthia is they just give you your mounts, all of your mounts to use any way you want in the Maw. That includes the old Maw. And it should be pointed out that right now, Korthia is not actually considered to be part of the Maw. Trying to use, say, a cipher of relocation to get back to one of the sanctums or something like that will not work. It'll say you are not in the Maw. That might get corrected in the future, but as of right now, Korthia is not considered to be part of the Maw, at least in terms of itemization. So something to bear in mind there. Along that same note is this meta quest that we are doing. I did, out of curiosity, go and do the old Maw quest. Venari is still providing those. they do not contribute, at least the ones I did, to this meta progression for Korthia, which makes sense. I was just curious as to what exactly the old world is for now, or the old Maw. What does it exist for? Because it's quite a large area that seems to be now defunct. They've changed it so Stygia is still a thing, as you saw in the Quartermaster. Stygia is still going to be a resource to purchase things like those exalted and revered mounts. And they're giving much larger chunks of Venari reputation to go along with that. Because I think they want you to have Venari exalted, at least on a character, so you can deal with the Venari storyline. Hopefully it's not going to be blocked in any way. So it doesn't contribute to the overall Korthia progression, but it does speed up if you want to get that done, or collect some extra Stygia to purchase things. Maybe if you're alt getting your Torghast stuff, or if it's you want to get some more Stygia towards buying mounts and whatever extras appear on that Quartermaster. You can do the old quests for that, but in terms of actually making gains over here, not too likely. So that is something you want to bear in mind there. So the first thing they'll do is going to give you your mounts. I'm just going to Alt F4 out of here. They'll give you access to all your mounts. Very cool. Really happy with that. And then the next thing they almost immediately do is actually get rid of the Eye of the Jailer. Not been a popular addition to the game by any means, the old Eye of the Jailer. So they get rid of that almost immediately. We do get to see the Eye of the Jailer, although I imagine a lot of you do know, it was broadcast again on BlizzConline, that the Eye of the Jailer is a boss in the upcoming raid. So we don't defeat the Eye of the Jailer, but we do some cool stuff. There's some it's the most interesting mechanical fight that they've done in the open world for quite some time. I was surprised, actually, they actually have some mechanics involved there to actually deal with the Eye of the Jailer. That's cool. That's really cool. They get rid of the Eye of the Jailer, they give you your mounts straight away and just let you get started here and move into Korthia itself. That kind of sums up where it's at for the first few hours. So far, it looks very, very bare bones, is what I would say. It's extremely bare bones. The gameplay outside of that one, there's two. That one singular quest that involves the Eye of the Jailer, which is a one-time thing. That was cool. And also there was a little mission where there was fire and brimstone raining from the sky, and I needed an umbrella from Tubbins and Gubbins to protect me from burning to death. That was kind of cool as well. That was a little bit fun. Other than that, really super basic. And I would rank this based on what we've seen so far in terms of even just the introduction. I'm not saying where this will end up in a few days or even in a few weeks. As it stands right now, every other zone that they've brought in that's been the extra quest zone has been better. Certainly in terms of content. But it might pick up. This is a quest that I'm already at 45% done. I can't do any more now, but I will do some more over the next few days to see where it's at. And I'm really hoping it opens up and does some wonderful things. I really hope we get to see the City of Secrets. I really hope to see the development in this area. And I really hope to see them add that spice and flavor that gives these zones that feel of that new content feel. Right now, this feels very similar to what we said in the catch-up systems video. It feels like a kind of Burning Crusade level of gameplay. That's it. There's a bombing run. That's that. Other than that, that was about it. Korthia is so far. If it came out like if it ended like this, let me just put it this way: if this is like kind of it, and it just kind of gives you more of the same, this will not be received well. I can tell you that for nothing. If it does hopefully do what I think it's going to do, which is develop and grow in a nice way, and really does add that spice and flavor over the next few weeks of the PTR, it could be pretty good. It's definitely better than the original Maw. We're not restricted by pointless Eye of the Jailer or anything like that anymore. Is it going to be worthwhile from a casual player for catch-up stuff? That remains to be seen. We have to see the costs and things associated with that. But as it stands right now, that is what we have. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Have a great night. And in a few hours or so, we'll put up the other video of all the major updates. We'll roll them all into one video. As you know, we're supported financially by just a very small group of people rather than YouTube revenue, so we can bunch it all together and get it all done into one big video. So that is exactly what we'll do. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Take it easy. Have a good night. And I'm going to go and get some sleep because it's 3 a.m. It's 2:45. Bye-bye.